So I'm losing my mind. Things I was not prepared for include the plague.
Well, buddy, I'm probably going to kill you. Welcome to Things I Got Wrong, your general trivia podcast with a healthy dose of internet and media things. I'm Ryan Bott.
I'm Rachel Miller.
I'm Stuart Hopkins.
The world is not the same as it was last time.
So I was ready for crazy things in 2020. I just kind of imagined that everything would hit the fan once 2020 came. Things I was not prepared for include the plague.
So I was watching a comedian named Joe Mashi, who is, if you can imagine a real life Morty from Rick and Morty, nervousness and trepidation in all. He has a bit where he's like, I have a friend who talks about buying everything for doomsday and has a bunker. And he asked me, he said, Joe, what is your plan if the world ends? And he said, well, buddy, I'm probably going to kill you.
Oh my God.
Well, this got dark fast. What's everyone else doing during this apocalypse?
So in the last week, how many seconds and or minutes have you been outside?
Outside as in like public, or like outside as in just like not in the house?
Well, you have the luxury of a house.
Oh, I guess it's true. Yeah, you guys are in the city, so you can't, like, you literally cannot.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it is crazy. And obviously there's a far bigger conversation about how intense everything is and how legitimately dangerous everything is. But yeah, it is. I got lucky that before everything went crazy, I started buying some more art stuff. So I've had a bunch of markers and stuff to draw on. And so it's been, we got kind of lucky in the way we inevitably timed things before everything got crazy.
So I'm losing my mind because I spend probably 8 to 10 hours of my day. Actually, no, probably 10 to 14 hours of every day out of the house. If I'm at work, I'm out from like 7 to 7.
Whoa.
If I'm at school, 7 to 9, 10. And so like, I'm not used to spending this much time at home. And I'm getting antsy. Ryan, I'm going to lose my mind, and you're stuck here with me.
Oh, boy. We call this the Stockholm Syndrome episode. All right. Well, what we do call this is the very 41st ever episode of Things Got Wrong. We have 4 rounds of wonderful questions for these 3 to try to earn points and vie for all the sanity in the world. All right, so if you're all ready, we will start, as always, with a general trivia. Question number 1. Each answer will be worth 2 points. Call out when you know it. Which 2 major Peanuts characters are siblings, both of which have the first name starting... Yes. Even amidst me barely spitting it out. Which 2 major Peanuts characters are siblings, both of which have a first name starting with the same letter?
Didn't it come out like the early 60s for the first time?
Yeah.
So there was like a
Maybe
nuclear
50s?
war issue problem going on?
Yeah.
It was derived from, 4-panel cartoons, so I'm sure the plot devices took a little while to build up.
Yeah.
Okay, side trivia. Does anybody know what kind of dog Snoopy is?
He's a beagle.
He's a beagle.
Right. But it's not what a beagle looks like. What is this thing? What is going on?
I mean, it could have been
They look like those little corn chip hats you put on your fingers, right?
Those are
a bugle.
Those are bugles. Question number 2. We talk a lot about William Henry Harrison being the short-lived president, despite dying at age 68. Which U.S. president died at the youngest age? Yes, that was JFK.
Oh, man.
A bonus. Only bonus of the game. Who was the youngest president to die of natural causes, doing so at age 53 in his Tennessee home as a result of cholera? Died at age 53 of natural causes. JFK was 48, 7, 6, 5.
I think he was elected at 45. That would be in
46?
1961. So that would put him at around, I think, 47.
Something like that. I don't know. In Dallas, nonetheless.
Oh, what a terrible place. Not the people,
no
just the
offense
city.
to the people of Dallas.
Yes, just the traffic and the horrible way to navigate the highways that made us miss our exit, and I'm still frustrated about that.
All right. Question number 3. While you might have a lot of it, so does the state of Maine, considering this bitter elixir is their official state drink and one of the oldest continuously produced soft drinks.
What is it?
Moxie. You got a lot of Moxie, kid.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
It
I've never
is
even heard of that.
A very old drink.
Yeah.
I think it's
All
sort
old
of
sodas
like
taste awful.
almost like a bitter ginger ale or something. I'm not totally sure.
That sounds terrible.
You got a lot of Moxie, kid. All right. Question number 4. Based on NPD reports of video game sales from the last 10 years, 7 of the 10 best-selling titles of the decade are from what video game franchise?
Stu.
That was really close. I heard Stu stumble first. I think your names came in equally. So I'm going to give it to
You can give it to
Stu.
Stu.
So it's a character franchise, right?
7 of the 10 best-selling titles of the decade are from what video game franchise?
Mario.
Not Mario.
Ooh.
Rachel, do you have a guess?
Pokemon?
Not Pokemon. Based on NPD reports of video game sales from the last 10 years, 7 of the 10 best-selling titles of the decade are from what video game franchise?
I only have, can I guess?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, Legend of Zelda?
No. Not Grand Theft Auto.
Stu. Halo?
No. So you need to think. So last 10 years. So 7 of the 10. So we're looking at yearly iterations or nearly yearly iterations.
Call of Duty?
That's what I was thinking, like,
This
oh.
would have been
That's what I was
Call of
thinking.
Duty. GTA 5 is the number 1 best-selling game of the decade. But the only GTA of the decade, Call of Duty, is pretty much a yearly franchise. And of the last 10 years, they have 10 titles in the top 20. The Call of Duty was number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, and 15 of the top 20 best-selling games of the decade. Get you some Call of Duty. Or not, I don't know. All right, question number 5.
That's us doing our duty. Come on.
In 1999, Nick Swinmer went shopping for shoes and was so unsuccessful he started what company with a Spanish-ish sounding name? This would be Zappos, the shoe company. Nick Swinmer, and then later on, Tony Hsieh. Question number 6, last question of the round. In 1911, Roald Amundsen was the first person to reach a similar but vastly different location than the one that Robert E. Peary reached 2 years earlier
Rachel?
in 1900. Rachel.
Oh, the South Pole.
Reached 2 years earlier in 1909. What are these 2 destinations?
Well, the South Pole and the North Pole.
Yes, I'll give that to you.
Nice.
Roald Amundsen reached the South Pole in 1911, 2 years after Robert E. Peary reached the North Pole for the first time in 1909.
Fun fact, did you know that dogs are not allowed in Antarctica?
Yes.
For fear of spreading disease, specifically, I think, to the
jeez.
seals.
Do you think seals can get COVID? Dogs can't.
Kind of like how cats can't, like for like venoms in like different snakes, they're, and spiders as well. They're kind of made for their environment. Like something I was listening to today said one of the big, very poisonous spiders, and I think it's Australia, doesn't really affect cats, but it can kill like a small child in minutes.
Whoa.
So, but like, because it's like, they attack like neuroreceptors, but that cats are different. So they weren't formulated for that. Trying to like, it's one of like the funnel spiders, I think. But, so interesting facts I learned today.
Crazy. All right. Round number 2 is a themed round. And this episode, the theme is Jeopardy practice test. Since we all know, or I hope you know, that you can now take the online test to try to qualify to be on Jeopardy at any time, I figured it would be fun to run through a few of the practice questions that I took and see how the rest of the team fares.
You are aware that there's someone on this in this trivia group that's a massive Jeopardy fan?
But we've watched Jeopardy.
Once.
Saw all of Goat. I've seen
part of Goat. You've seen all of Goat.
So I will give you the topic as well as the question. These are very short questions. These are literally Jeopardy questions. I do not care if you answer in the form of a question or not, but you're welcome to if you wish. All right. Question number 1 is zoology. This large flightless South American bird can weigh over 50 pounds.
Well, mine was an emu. What is an ostrich?
Not an ostrich.
Rachel.
What
is a flamingo?
Not a flamingo. This South American bird can weigh over 50 pounds.
Rachel.
What
is a penguin?
Not a penguin.
Those emperor penguins are big. I just don't know where they come from.
Any other guesses?
Stew.
Is
it a kiwi?
Not a kiwi.
Okay.
This is a little bit hard. This is a rhea. RHEA. I'm looking it up because I looked up rhea and I just got a Greek mythology.
Yeah, I just Googled it too, just to see a picture of it.
They're sort of emu-ish looking things, but they're have
very...
like craned S necks.
Yeah.
No points there. Question number 2. This is the category of bestsellers. In 2 weeks, Paulo Coelho wrote this mega bestseller about a shepherd boy and his dream. 2 weeks, Paulo Coelho wrote a mega bestseller about a shepherd boy and his dream. I remember we've once had a question about this and nobody else knew the book, so...
I know it. It's there. I recognize the author. I can't pick out the book. Rachel. Ready Player One?
This is not Ready Player One.
Shepherd boy.
That would be Ernest Cline. No guesses?
Nothing.
This would be The Alchemist.
I was gonna say.
That's what it was.
It's probably a book that it's a nice children's story. I imagine it's people look down on it because I think Paulo Coelho has started to attract a kind of a bad reputation over the years. But kind of a classic, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Mega bestseller. So no points there. Question number 3. The category is inventors. In the 1850s, he developed the safety elevator.
1860s?
1850s.
1850s.
He developed the safety elevator. There is one name when it comes to elevators. It is Otis. If you have ever entered an elevator, I would almost guarantee you have seen that name, the name Otis, in the bottom of the elevator.
I don't look for it.
Once you're told once. Question number 4, legal terms. This two-word type of lawsuit involves an individual suing on behalf of a larger group. Question number 5. This is the category of physics. In Einstein's famous equation about energy, E = mc squared, what does this C? Question number 6. Last question of the round. Colleges and universities is the category. Located in Rhode Island, it's alphabetically first among Ivy League schools.
Rachel.
Brown. Yes. This is Brown University. All right. That is the end of the half. Rachel with 4. Stu just holding down the fort.
Big old goose egg.
You have got this social distancing thing down.
I'm really good at it. I can go the distance. It's fine.
He's going for distance. I figured I would bring back some of the very first rounds we ever did. So this is a round called Silly-nonyms. Desperately needs a different title, but this is where I will take a title. In this case, all of these are movies, and I will give you a fun synonym-esque anecdote. As if, for example, one from the other game, I think the first game we ever recorded that went out. If I said, this menacing darkness holding a green card,
oh.
you would directly take the synonym of Resident Evil. Menacing darkness, holding a green card. Resident.
Yeah.
Menacing darkness, evil. If I can give you one hint, like I said, these are all movies, and like how a lot of questions, the language will try to steer you to an answer. On these, you really just need to take the direct synonym approach. Find the direct parallel synonym to the words, and it will help you find where you need to go. So, question number 1. All the colors of the wind. Ready, set, begin.
Rachel? No, wait, no.
I'll give you guys extra guesses if you need, but all the colors of the wind. Ready, set, begin. I legally, because this isn't the Jeopardy round, I legally can't play the Jeopardy theme.
Rachel? Rainbow Go?
Not Rainbow Go.
Stu? Rainbow Road?
No, not Rainbow Road. These are all movies.
Oh, these are movies. Okay.
Next episode, I'll do Mario Kart tracks.
Sure.
Think of colors. The colors part. All colors in general.
Spectrum is the first one.
Not spectrum.
Really?
Yeah. This is probably the hardest one. I probably started out with the hardest one of the game. So all colors, you might think of hue, and then ready, set, go. This would be Hugo. The best part of this game now is watching Rachel's face.
Hue is a specific color.
Hue, you would all colors. Hugo.
Dictionary,
All right,
where are you?
Maybe a little. That was definitely the hardest one of the round. I would give you that. Question. Oh my God, Rachel. What do you got? Rachel?
Hue.
What's the definition of hue?
Definition. A color or shade.
All
Singular.
The colors of the wind.
A singular color.
Would you have gotten there if I said a
attribute
color of the wind?
I would have gotten closer, yeah. So I was trying to find like spectrum, like synonyms to that. So there.
Fair enough.
I'm right. You're wrong.
Do you want points?
No, I just want to be right.
Question number 2. The dwarven singing siren.
Rachel? Little Mermaid?
frick.
Yes. Nice job. The dwarven singing siren. 2 points to Rachel there. Question number 3. Your Highness, the one in charge of all the jewelry. Or maybe I could say, Your Highness, the one in charge of the specific jewelry. Quiet as a mouse. So, Your Highness, kings, sires, lords, the Lord
Of
the Rings.
Oh, wow.
It's got the jewelry.
Man.
All right. Question number 4. The Tsar's breaking his recent rut.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Emperor's New Groove?
Yes. The Tsar is breaking his recent rut. This is the Emperor's New Groove. All right. 2 points to Rachel there. Question number 5. A Floridian addiction. A Floridian addiction. Stu.
Miami Vice.
Yes. Miami Vice.
Finally.
And with cocaine and bath salts to his possession, he is out of the fort.
He's out fast and going.
All right, 2 points to Stu there. Question number 6, the last question of the round. A more swirly, more whirly, more eccentric Elon Musk, if only his goal of Mars was of a different luck. Rachel.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, goal of Mars. Okay.
Now
I get it.
I'm gonna fully admit something right here. I didn't get it based on the clues. I got it based on your absolute love of Willy Wonka.
Fair.
And it kind of fit.
That was one of my favorite questions I've written in a long time, if I'm being honest. A more swirly. This one was a little more wordy too. This was probably the one that wasn't a direct synonym, but a more swirly, more whirly, more eccentric Elon Musk. If only his goal of Mars was of a different luck. Thought it was kind of clever. So that is the end of the third round, and Stu 1 foot out of the fort, out of Florida with 2 points.
Out of Florida.
If you want to be out of anywhere, probably want to be Florida. Out of Florida. Round number 4, bringing back the old classic. This is a lightning round.
Turn the lights on and off.
Have my little round 4 read up.
There it is. All right. Lightning round is a round where I give a numerical question or a question with a numerical answer that everybody takes a stab at. It's probably a question you could closely reason yourself to if you had some time. I give you a very short amount of time. Everyone gives me their answer. The one who is closest to the correct answer gets 2 points. You can be over or under. Whoever's closest gets 2 points. All right. Question number 1. How many people have walked on the moon? Rachel.
6.
Stu.
24.
The correct answer is 12. 12 people have walked on the moon.
I actually had that written down and crossed that out.
Go with your gut.
No way, it's got to be higher.
Yeah, 2 points to Rachel there.
I'm going to get you.
All right. Gonna get you. All right, question number 2. A little bit of a long one. There are 70 interstates across the U.S. All of these have 1 or 2 digits, as in I-5, I-95, I-35, etc. Ones that are 3 digits or more are considered ancillary roads, like I-310 or US 310. Those don't count. All of these will have 1 or 2 numbers as digits. There are 70 interstates across the U.S. If you added up all of the interstate numbers together, what is the total sum? 70 interstates across the U.S. They all have 1 or 2 digits. If you add them all up together, the numbers, what is the total sum? Rachel.
1,100.
1,100. Stu.
2,000?
It adds up to 3,978.
Wow.
Can't do numbers.
And there are there are multiple instances of the same interstate number that are on like other sides of the country that don't connect. There are just like 2 I-88s, I believe, like 2 I-76s. There's 4 or 5 of them that have doubles. It's very strange.
That's really weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Question number 3. In miles, approximately how long is the Earth's equator? Stu.
God, 40,000? I don't know.
Rachel.
I'm going to cut the middle at 19,250.
19,250. The correct answer is 24,901 miles. So that's going to be 2 points to Rachel.
I wanted to say 20, but then I felt weird.
All right. 2 points to Rachel there. 24,901 miles. Question number 4. In a standard game of Monopoly, how much does it cost for one player to buy every property at their normal face value? So no auctions, none of that business, just the number printed on the board. How much does it cost for one player to buy every property available on Monopoly for their normal face value? Rachel. Yeah, we're going with the M currency, not USD, but close enough. Rachel.
4,100.
4,100. Okay, Stu?
4,400.
Ooh. The correct answer is $5,170. Stu, Price is Right's ruling out Rachel there a little bit.
It
fair
wasn't
enough.
intentional.
Fair enough.
It was not intentional.
No, you did good.
Yeah, I went through Park Place and Boardwalk being only 2 properties is only worth $750 combined, and the green ones are worth $920 combined. You have 2 utilities, 4 railroads, some other stuff. 5,170. 2 points of Stu there. Question number 5. In what year was the famous book 1984 released? Rachel.
1952?
Okay. Stu.
1954.
Well, wouldn't you believe that 1984 was released in 1949? So
Wow.
Rachel gets 2 points there.
Oh, I just thought that everyone was just gonna and it's gonna be something like 56 or something.
Funny enough, actually released in 1984. Who knew? No, 1949. All right, question number 6. Last question of the game. How much was Jimi Hendrix paid for his famous Woodstock gig in 1969? How much was Jimi Hendrix paid? We just brought his name up earlier in the show. How much was Jimi Hendrix paid for his famous Woodstock gig in 1969? Stu.
$10,000.
Rachel.
$5,000.
He was paid $18,000
Wow.
for his gig, which is roughly $125,000 today. But Stu is closest with $10K. So Stu gets 2 points there.
Yeah.
I got Woodstock confused with Live Aid.
So you thought he took a discount because it was for charity?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well,
I originally was like 1,000, but then I reconsidered it. I was also expecting it to be a trick question of a 0.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that. I'm not here for riddles. I'm here for trivia. Jimi Hendrix definitely died long before 1985. But that is the end of the game. And each episode, a couple of us give a pick, a movie, game experience, something cool like that we recommend you check out. And Stu, today you have a pick.
I do. My pick is a game called 9 Parchments. I believe it's out on Steam, but I can guarantee it's out on Switch because that's how I play it. It's a couch co-op multiplayer, or it's online co-op. Nowadays I'm playing it online because I can't leave my house. But it's a really fun game. It's basically like, I guess it's kind of like a dungeon crawler. It's Diablo-esque. But with a little bit of a twist. You cast different elemental magic depending on your person and the way that you decide to level up during your game. And you continue like the same game. So like when your friends fire up a game, your character stays the way it was after your last match. And so you kind of constantly chip away at it. There's a large character roster, which makes it really nice and fun. But yeah, casting the different elemental magics is a lot of fun, and there's friendly fire, and so there's many instances that you will heal the enemies and you will take down your friends and you will mess up, and it's a blast. It's challenging enough to be fun, but it's also easy enough to just throw it on and have a good time.
This looks cool. Yeah, it's so the fighting is real time.
Yeah, it's all real time.
Okay, so yeah, it is kind of dungeon crawly. I think just because the elemental thing, I get Golden Sun vibes.
Yeah, it kind of does.
This looks cool. And it definitely looks like a great co-op game. Like definitely built for co-op.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's any other way to play it. It's it's simple enough, but it's fun enough that it doesn't matter. You're just gonna have a blast every time you play it.
Nice. Yeah, this looks awesome. And it says it's available for pretty much everything. Switch, PS4, Xbox One, Steam, good old games, humble bundles.
I think it's only $20 or so, and I know I got it on sale on the Switch for like $10. Nice. So honestly, it's really worth your money.
Nice. It looks awesome. It has 9 parchments. You can find it pretty much anywhere. Yeah, this looks like an awesome co-op game and really, really pretty. It kind of looks like Bastion, but like prettier colors.
It is a very pretty game.
That's awesome. I have a pick. My pick's kind of not one single pick, but in the wake of all the craziness going on, a lot of musicians and a lot of people are doing really cool things with live streams. And I've been checking out a lot of like the play from home events where, big musicians are doing a lot of kind of streaming concerts now as a way to kind of give back from fans, raise some awareness for different things, and just get a chance to play while Everything is crazy. So I know Death Cab for Cutie is a band I really love. Ben Gibbard has been playing like daily shows. He comes on for like an hour, just plays acoustic stuff. I was looking at different ones. Andrew Lloyd Webber has been playing like piano concerts that are just gorgeous. Rachel, you had mentioned a musician that we like, that you're out in Colorado where your parents are. David Starr is kind of a acoustic Americana kind of person who's played.
Yeah, so he's huge in the Americana scene. Like, he's very close with Hall & Oates. Like, goes out to Nashville to record every year. So, like, if you're in the Americana scene, he's a big name there. But he's been doing live streams on like Facebook, and so have others of like not even the big names, the local bands too.
Yeah, I think especially the local bands now more than ever are, clearly things like Twitch and other live streaming options are going to become more viable for bands and artists and stuff like that. As well as kind of in our trivia space, we're trying to figure out more stuff that we can do, but a lot of other trivia teams and companies and everything are finding ways to recreate the pub trivia experience now that everything is kind of on lockdown. So things like I know Geeks Who Drink are trying to do some live stuff. I know some of the podcasts that are in the trivia space, like Trivial Warfare, Triviality, Pub Trivia Experience, all that sort of stuff are doing more live stuff, trying to, I think Sporkle, which is the huge kind of questionnaire quiz, trivia quiz thing, is doing stuff. So there's a ton of stuff. Obviously, anyone who kind of has a creative outlet and is healthy and is in a good place, trying to find more ways to reconnect with fans. It's all going online. So there's a lot of really cool options to stream if you're able to. And, some of them are, trying to talk up different things in the area. Like I had mentioned the Ben Gibbard stuff. I know he's in the Seattle area, Seattle and Washington have one of the hugest outbreaks, probably the biggest outbreak in certainly the US. And, a lot of even the kind of homeless shelters are sort of overrun at this point and are over capacity. So they're doing things where parks and like national parks and different RV park areas and land is being used, and they're stocking up on tents and sleeping bags and stuff like that. So they were making a call out for not just people who can give money, because money's definitely tight in a tough time, but if they have extra sleeping bags or tents or things like that. So there's a lot of ways, a lot of small ways to help out in your area. And I guarantee anyone's listening, whatever your area is, the city you're listening to, there are people in need in your area. So keep doing what you can. It's a crazy time. But, just trying to share a little bit of light, a little bit of joy in some of the creative stuff. So definitely find an artist you like and, watch some of their stuff, support them if you can, all that stuff. And if you're listening at home, you have something you think we can shout out on the show, definitely email us at thingsigotwrong.com. You can also check out the website, thingsigotwrong.com. Check out all the past episodes, show notes, and everything else. The next episode will come out at the end of April, and that will be our round robin game where all four of us will be reading questions. So keep an eye out for that.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
And a wonderful game. And until the next time, we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.